In the heart of a small, fog-shrouded town, nestled among the whispering pines, there stood an old, dilapidated house. It was a place whispered about in hushed tones, its dark history veiled in shadow and mystery. The locals knew it as the lair of the infamous serial killer known as the Shadowed Butcher. For years, the townsfolk had lived in fear, their nights haunted by the echo of his gruesome deeds. One fateful night, amidst a raging storm, a man named Jacob found himself inexplicably drawn to that forsaken house. A sense of foreboding gripped him as he approached its decaying facade. Ignoring the warnings echoing in his mind, Jacob stepped inside, his heart pounding in his chest. The interior was suffused with an oppressive darkness, broken only by the flickering glow of a single candle. Jacob's breath caught in his throat as he stumbled upon a blood-stained altar, adorned with macabre symbols and ritualistic paraphernalia. A chill ran down his spine, his mind reeling with terror and disbelief. Suddenly, a blinding flash of lightning illuminated the room, revealing a figure standing in the shadows. It was the Shadowed Butcher himself, his eyes gleaming with malevolent intent. Before Jacob could react, he felt a searing pain rip through his chest as the killer's blade found its mark. Gasping for breath, Jacob's world spiraled into darkness. But instead of the cold embrace of death, he found himself awakening in a new body, a body not his own. Panic surged through him as he realized the truth. He had become the very thing he feared most, trapped in the mind of a serial killer. Desperate to escape this nightmare, Jacob struggled to regain control of his newfound vessel. But no matter how hard he fought, he found himself inexorably drawn to the darkness lurking within. With each passing day, the lines between his own identity and that of the Shadowed Butcher blurred, his thoughts consumed by violent impulses he could not suppress. Haunted by the specter of his past crimes, Jacob embarked on a harrowing journey to uncover the truth behind the killer's twisted legacy. But with each revelation, he found himself sinking deeper into madness, his sanity slipping away like grains of sand through his fingers. As the body count rose and the town descended into chaos, Jacob realized the horrifying truth. The only way to stop the murders was to confront the darkness within himself. With a heavy heart and trembling hands, he descended into the depths of the old house, his mind consumed by fear and uncertainty. In the dim light of the candle, Jacob finally came face to face with the Shadowed Butcher, his reflection staring back at him from the depths of a shattered mirror. With a cry of anguish, he plunged the blade into his own heart, the pain ripping through him like a tidal wave. As his vision faded and darkness enveloped him once more, Jacob felt a strange sense of peace wash over him. In death, he had finally found release from the torment that had plagued him for so long. And as the last vestiges of consciousness slipped away, he prayed that his soul would find redemption in the void beyond. As Jacob's life ebbed away, a profound sense of relief washed over him, mingling with the bitter taste of regret. He knew that his actions could never erase the horrors he had unleashed upon the world, but perhaps in death, he could find some measure of redemption. But just as he teetered on the brink of oblivion, a voice whispered in the recesses of his mind, a voice both familiar and alien. It was the voice of the Shadowed Butcher, echoing from the depths of his own fractured psyche. With a start, Jacob realized that he was not alone in the darkness. In a desperate bid for survival, the malevolent presence within him fought to assert its dominance, its tendrils of darkness creeping ever closer to the surface. Jacob's consciousness wavered, teetering on the edge of annihilation as he struggled to resist the insidious influence of his inner demon. In a final, desperate act of defiance, Jacob mustered every ounce of strength left within him, summoning the last vestiges of his humanity to confront the darkness head-on. With a primal scream tearing from his lips, he cast off the shackles of his tormentor, banishing the Shadowed Butcher to the depths of his subconscious once and for all. As the echoes of his cry faded into the abyss, Jacob found himself engulfed in a blinding light, his spirit soaring free from the confines of his mortal shell. In that fleeting moment of clarity, he glimpsed the faint outline of a figure standing amidst the swirling mists, a figure cloaked in shadow, yet suffused with a gentle warmth that seemed to beckon him home. With a sense of profound gratitude and acceptance, Jacob surrendered himself to the embrace of the unknown, his essence merging with the boundless expanse of the cosmos. And as the last remnants of his earthly existence dissolved into nothingness, he knew that his journey was far from over, for in death, he had found not an end, but a new beginning. In the aftermath of Jacob's sacrifice, the once quiet town lay shrouded in an eerie silence, the echoes of its dark past fading into the mist of time. With the death of the Shadowed Butcher, a pall of relief settled over the community, its inhabitants cautiously venturing forth from their homes once more. But even as the days turned into weeks, and the weeks into months, whispers of the town's haunted history lingered in the air like a lingering fog. Some claim to have seen the ghostly figure of Jacob wandering the streets at night, his presence a haunting reminder of the horrors that had once plagued their town. Meanwhile, in the depths of Jacob's subconscious, a battle raged on, a battle for control of his fractured psyche. Though the shadowed butcher had been vanquished, its malevolent influence lingered like a festering wound, threatening to consume him once more. With each passing day, Jacob found himself plagued by vivid nightmares, his sleep tormented by visions of blood-soaked streets and shadowy figures lurking in the darkness. He knew that he could never truly be free until he confronted the demons that lurked within his own mind. Determined to confront his inner turmoil head-on, Jacob embarked on a journey of self-discovery, delving deep into the recesses of his subconscious in search of answers. Along the way, he encountered strange and otherworldly beings, each offering cryptic guidance on his path to redemption. Through trials and tribulations, Jacob gradually came to understand the true nature of his torment, a darkness born not from without, but from within. With each revelation, he grew stronger, his resolve steeling against the encroaching shadows that threatened to engulf him once more. And so, armed with newfound knowledge and inner strength, Jacob faced his demons with unwavering courage, casting off the shackles of his past and embracing the boundless potential of his future. In the end, he emerged victorious, a beacon of hope amidst the darkness that had once threatened to consume him whole. As the years passed, Jacob's tale became legend, a cautionary reminder of the dangers that lurked in the deepest recesses of the human soul. But for those who dared to look beyond the surface, his story served as a testament to the power of redemption and the resilience of the human spirit. And though the shadows of his past would always linger on the fringes of his consciousness, Jacob remained steadfast in his resolve, a guardian of light in a world haunted by darkness. For in the end, he had learned that true strength lay not in the absence of fear, but in the courage to face it head-on, no matter the cost. In the years that followed, Jacob dedicated himself to helping others who found themselves trapped in the grip of darkness. Drawing upon his own experiences, he founded a support group for survivors of trauma, offering them a safe space to share their stories and find solace in each other's company. Through his tireless efforts, Jacob touched the lives of countless individuals, guiding them along the path to healing and redemption. But even as he helped others find their way, he knew that his own journey was far from over. Haunted by the specter of his past, Jacob continued to wrestle with the demons that lurked within his own mind. Though he had banished the shadowed butcher from his consciousness, its malevolent influence still lingered, a constant reminder of the darkness that dwelled within him. But Jacob refused to be defined by his past, determined to forge a new path forward no matter the cost. With each passing day, he found strength in the love and support of those around him, their unwavering belief in his ability to overcome his inner turmoil serving as a beacon of hope in the darkest of times. And so, armed with courage and resilience, Jacob embarked on a journey of self-discovery unlike any other. Along the way, he encountered trials and tribulations that tested his resolve to the very core, forcing him to confront his deepest fears and insecurities head-on. But through it all, Jacob remained steadfast in his commitment to rising above the darkness that threatened to consume him. With each obstacle he overcame, he grew stronger, his spirit shining ever brighter in the face of adversity. In the end, Jacob emerged victorious, a testament to the power of the human spirit to triumph over even the greatest of challenges. Though the scars of his past would always remain, they served as a reminder of the battles he had fought and the victories he had won. And as he stood on the precipice of a new dawn, Jacob knew that his journey was far from over. But with each step he took forward, he did so with a newfound sense of purpose and determination, ready to face whatever obstacles lay ahead with unwavering courage and resolve. As Jacob continued his journey, he found himself drawn to places where darkness still held sway, to those who, like him, were struggling to find their way back into the light. He became a beacon of hope for those lost in the shadows, offering them guidance and support as they navigated the treacherous waters of their own inner turmoil. But amidst the trials and triumphs, Jacob never forgot the sacrifices that had led him to this moment. He carried the memory of those he had lost with him always, their faces etched into his heart like stars in the night sky. And though the road ahead was fraught with uncertainty, Jacob faced it with a sense of peace and acceptance he had never known before. For he had learned that true strength lay not in the absence of fear, but in the courage to embrace it, to acknowledge the darkness within and choose, each day, to walk in the light. As the years passed, Jacob's legacy grew, his story inspiring countless others to rise above their own struggles and embrace the fullness of life with open arms. And though he knew that the shadows would always linger on the edges of his consciousness, he faced them with unwavering resolve, secure in the knowledge that he was not alone. For in the end, Jacob had found redemption, not in the absence of darkness, but in the triumph of the human spirit over adversity. And as he stood on the threshold of a new beginning, he did so with a heart full of hope and a soul ablaze with the light of possibility.
Like, subscribe, and click on notifications that will allow you to stay up to date with the news and not miss videos from the channel, where there will be many more horror stories.